As a Sudanese, my heart really bleeds for what is happening in Sudan. People displaced from their homes, hospitals being destroyed, schools being destroyed. The war have really torn that country apart.
Sudan has been going through a crisis in which a civil war has broken out. And there are literally tens of thousands of people who have died. Millions of people are now refugees, and we need to help. One of the great tragedies is that no one's talking about Sudan. If we don't talk about it, who is?
To understand the crisis that is going on now, we should talk just for a bit about the history of Sudan. In the 1980s and 90s, there was a civil war. There were more people killed, 2 million, more people displaced, 5 million, in that civil war that lasted for 17 years than Kosovo, Bosnia, and Rwanda combined. That was one of the most terrible humanitarian crises in the world, and everyone was ignoring it. Today, the situation once again is desperate. Half the people, nearly 25 million people, are suffering from serious hunger. 10 million people have been displaced.
I saw myself in those children when we visited Sudan, because that's the elementary school I went to. And I saw in every child some hope. If you see those, how the child were laughing and singing, now what they're hearing? They're hearing nothing but destructions. It is just break my heart.
Sudanese are some of the warmest people on the face of the earth you will ever meet. And it breaks my heart what they're going through because they don't deserve it. If they had an opportunity, I could be looking at doctors and lawyers and engineers and business people. If they just had a chance. We want to raise the awareness of Sudan. They need food, they need shelter, they need medicine, they need basic care.
For my own family, lost everything in capital Khartoum. None of my brothers, my sisters, my extended family, my aunts, my uncles, all of my family, every single one of them, they left their home.
So the magnitude of this crisis is enormous. The UN and groups, the NGO groups like Doctors Without Borders say this is the single worst crisis right now, and there's no structure to provide services. It's predicted by the United Nations agencies working in this area that in the next 6 months there will be 250,000 children, pregnant women, and new mothers who are going to perish from starvation or malnutrition in that country if things continue as they are.
We need you. If people don't come around and help, we will not accomplish this. Shine On Sudan is about shining a light on what's going on in Sudan because it's very dark what's going on and there's not a lot of information or coverage about it. So we're wanting to shine a light on that place. We want to see transformation so that one day Sudan can be a place that shines as a beacon of hope for nations that go through things like this to know that there is hope. Would you pray? Would you give? And would you volunteer?
Break my heart because Sudan was a very peaceful place. But I'm praying hard for peace in Sudan. But in order to bring peace, you pray, but you act upon it. That's why I'm determined to make people aware of what's happening in Sudan. I hope Sudan to rebuild that beautiful country. Every child can go back to school. Every person can walk to a hospital and find medicine, have clean water and food available. My hope for Sudan is to do Sudanese people enjoy prosperity like anyone else. Shine Sudan can mobilize the faith communities. We together can extend our hand to people of Sudan.